then obviously, like, the real moment is the VAR, man. Like, that...
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand, because when they shoot, when the guy makes the shot, I knew it was a goal. So I know we made a goal line clearance, but I knew it was clearly over there. I saw it from that moment. It wasn't... I didn't even have my heart in my mouth like, oh, is that going to be allowed or not? I knew it was a goal. It was clearly past the line from even live viewing. So I was like, fuck, I can't believe this. And then when they've shown the first replay... But then, but I'm still suspicious because I'm like, Raya's not that Raya's that dominant in corners, but he's not usually that flimsy. So I was like, surely there's something here. So when they showed the first replay, I'm like, okay, like there's something. And then when it starts showing the other angles and stuff, that's when it's like we're all screaming in there like, bro, like he's got to stop that. Come on, and then. You know, they're doing the VAR.
Put his arm down.
Like
literally was grabbing.
Literally grabbed him, and like the keeper's up there as well for it. And it's like, it takes so long for them to make the decision in the referee box. But we're praying like, please, but it's the most tense 2 or 3 minutes of the season for me so far. Like that was tense. Because. It's like the ref, you wait for the ref, but as soon as the ref got called over to look at the thing, the screen, I was like, this is going to go over. Because usually when they do that, it usually gets, you know, but he took ages as well. And like that moment, it's like, I can't do more. Like that was like, please end the season now. Like end the season now. I can't keep doing this.
Okay, boom. Here we are. Minichats, episode 19. Title races happening. Arsenal versus Man City. Arsenal look like they've taken a pole position. Close call today, for sure. But simultaneously, we have the relegation battle happening. West Ham and Tottenham. There's something to cover lightly with that. But when we get into the Arsenal game, I'm going to get into that with that relegation battle. Because Villa, the way they played... And now with Leeds, they look like they're comfortable and going to be in the Prem next season. They've got Tottenham next. So maybe Tottenham have had it a bit easy. Yeah, similar to Arsenal in the Champions League. But we're going to cover that as well. There's a few things to cover, man. Like the top 4 race is happening. And you know, like we'll have to see how that goes, how Slot handles that. Yeah, man. A few things to cover. Episode 19. It's been a while. How have you been, man?
I've been alright, man. Just chilling. Obviously, it's intense. The football was intense at this minute, so I'm like really in like. We're like a couple hours, maybe a few hours removed now from the Arsenal game, so I'm a lot calmer. Yeah. But yeah, man, like it's
dramatic one today, innit?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like even us not being here last week. But obviously, you know, that Man U Liverpool game was mad. I'm sure you're gonna kind of go over that in your thing.
Yeah, for sure.
As well. But we watched that together, and that was crazy. But like that game was interesting to see some of the things that Liverpool fans have been complaining about. Like that first half was clear evidence of the issues you lot claim to have. Yeah. Because other people from the outside, a lot of Slot's defenders I've noticed are people that aren't Liverpool fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Like myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, even on TV I see them. And some of us are like, from the outside looking in, it's like, why are they mad? Like, if this season was switched around and you finished top 4 last season and then won the title this season, we'd be saying Slot's been excellent. Yeah. But I guess with what you lot have been watching and we all got to see with that first half, we kind of get it. So,
and that's an argument that could be posed, but it's almost null because of the financial backing he got because of winning the league. So it is impressive that he won it without signing any players, for sure. But the financial backing he got off the back of that, and where he actually got to build his own team and vision, how it's gone is why it's like it's not really that, like it's not he finished top 4. He finished top 4 after building his project. So maybe you're thinking maybe give him another season because now it is his project and see if he can improve. Potentially, but we will get into Slot pretty soon because I think we're going to start with Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1. Yeah. And this was yesterday. You didn't watch a game, did you?
No, I missed a bit. I missed most of it, but I've seen the highlights and stuff. But.
Yeah, so we go Liverpool, Anfield, early kick-off on a Saturday afternoon. We've got Liverpool versus Chelsea. And...
you see the lineup, how you feel instantly?
Yeah, so I see the lineup. We've got Curtis Jones at right back, the usual two centre-back, Kirker's left. In centre mid, Graven, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Cam, right, Frimpong.
Left Verts?
No, Verts is injured.
Ah, okay.
So on the left,
Rio
and Gakpo up top. And there's obviously bits on there we like Rio starting was big for us, but personally I don't like Szoboszlai and Cam. That's something I have expressed before. And I think he had a bit of a stinker yesterday, to be honest. And I will cover some things regarding our midfield soon, after I cover this Chelsea game. But Szoboszlai in Cam to me didn't work, and he's not agile enough, as I've always said with him. Off the turn and his pivot, kind of got caught on that a lot yesterday.
Right.
And I think we should play McAllister in 10. If we're going to play a midfield of Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and McAllister, then McAllister should be in 10. He wears number 10. I think he should be in the 10 role with anyone out of those three. But it is what it is. That was the formation. Obviously, we went with Frimpong on the right. And to be honest, he had a stinker. He truly had a stinker, Frimpong. Really bad game. And we really felt I know a lot of the fans can agree with me that when Rio came off, it was Frimpong we kind of wanted to come off, because Gakpo is versatile. So if Rio was to, so Rio stays on. Obviously Gakpo stays on. And then probably Chiesa if we had to on the right. And Chiesa came on, didn't do too well, to be honest. Didn't do too well. But I guess that was Chiesa was more or less the only option. No, Isak was the option who came on, and Isak played good when he came on. So the idea would have been to probably put Gakpo on the right. I know that's new, but he's versatile along and Rio on the left is too valuable. What he does on the left. So that I think probably most fans wanted that and Frimpong to come off. Now in hindsight we've heard that apparently Rio asked to come off and he had a knock. So Slot brought him off, so that's fair enough that he came off. But that sub, everyone is kind of the news regarding the game. Is the reception after it, the boos. We didn't want to see Rio come off because he was one of the ones about, and Frimpong as a signing man, he hasn't looked great. Him and Verts both, but...
Is it a position issue?
It's a lot of issues. It was a very strange acquisition, man, because for the level we're at, he's not proven in any of the positions we offer him. So it was strange. It was I don't know if it was meant to be a Trent replacement because he's meant to cover that midfield area. But now we play him right wing and then we play guys like Curtis Jones right back or Szoboszlai. So they're kind of meant to do the Trent, cover that Trent space.
And it's he's not good enough attacking to be a right winger, but he's not good enough defending to be a right back.
Exactly. And we don't play with wing backs. And it's just a strange one that it's strange that Slot came up with that, to be honest. But we go into the game anyway, and just not a good enough performance again. We had a good 30-minute passage, but we got outplayed at Anfield yesterday. We conceded more shots, less possession, and this manager wants to be possession-based manager, by the way. So we're taking this guy, Arne Slot, who wants Liverpool to be a possession-based manager, and his squad that he's building, a few players are away, like Verts and Ekitike, versus this geezer, Callum McFarlane,
right,
who's caretaker, youth manager for Chelsea, caretaker. came in, did a few tactical things, to be honest. Cucurella was like, they play 3 in the back, which I don't think they've done this season. So that was interesting. Maybe Rosenia did it a couple of times, but that was interesting. Because Colwell came back, and Colwell to me was the man of the match. Cucurella on it though. But with the 3 in the back, it was like Cucurella and Palmer were on the wings. It was a bit strange. And Cucurella was pushing up a lot. During the Calafiori thing, pushing up a lot. And that was a tactic. It was a tactical move by this Callum McFarlane geezer, who's their caretaker manager. And he tactically kind of outdid Slot. That's something he can go and tell his kids, I'll be honest. Like, yeah, I went to Anfield. Because that's not the script. He's just meant to be the caretaker and they're in a rough time. We're meant to really batter them in this game at Anfield. But we drew to this team who are in disarray and have scored 2 goals in a month. Right. And their caretaker manager, who's it's his 2nd stint this season. And their 3rd manager this season, so this really weren't meant to happen. So something he can go home and tell his kids and his grandkids that like, I went to Anfield, got a draw, coached that, which is not meant to be part of the script. And this is the thing with Slot. So we've had many moments like this that weren't meant to happen. They're not part of the script. But now it's bringing Liverpool down in terms of our quality, because all these moments I'm about to reference have all happened at Anfield. So that's one, which was Chelsea yesterday. We've got Amorim this season at Anfield. Now we look at Manchester United now, who beat us last week. So they done the double on us this season. He lost to both managers, don't matter who it is. Maybe it's a Man U thing for Slot. Anyway, because last season Amorim did him too. So we've got Amorim earlier this season. Now we look at Man U now and how much better they are. And some people have made the arguments that with Carrick, all he's done is put the players in their position and let them flourish. So Amorim was that bad. I'll be honest, that bad. But with Slot, he got the better of him this season. That's so, and it's a big team. He's got a bit of a big team complex, I've recognised in Slot. We beat Madrid this season. Last season we did the double over Man City. Very poor season for Man City last season.
Some people will say with the Carrick thing, he's beating Pep and Arteta. He's being one of the definite title winners. Well, either of the title winners and then Slot.
Okay, well let's say Amorim. Originally, it was about originally anyway. Manchester United's factually worst manager of all time. Factually, right? Let's take him. Lost to him twice, by the way, this season and last season. So he's just got a better record versus Slot, probably in their careers. We go to Igor Tudor, Tottenham. Now, little stint at Tottenham, you know. Tottenham are in disarray this season, fighting in a relegation battle. We might help them in that, to be fair. Because earlier this season, they had a manager called Igor Tudor who came in for maybe about 5 games, really didn't work. And condolences to him because a tragedy happened and he left kind of after a really poor 5-game stint in the Prem. Got 1 point within those 5 games, so he lost 4, drew 1. You can guess who he drew to. Of course, Slot and Liverpool. And at Anfield. And this is not good. So when he gets booed at Anfield, you can't really be mad at because all of these moments happen at Anfield, you know. So people, they've had to endure a lot of. Prices have been raised and bumped up by Evergreen ownership, but they have to watch this, excuse my French, this shit every week. And things don't change. So that's where we're at really with Slot. And I'll be honest, the fraud's got to go. We're getting towards the end of the season. I've it's as simple as that, man. I've been thinking, is there a way next season? I've been trying to think of maybe teams and players he can bring in with his style, but his styles is not going to work. Like, with this team, this is not going to work. Like, I'm sorry, because you say you want to be a possession-based team and you can't get more possession than this guy, like, this Chelsea manager who, like, come on, man. Tactically, we're so bad. Our shape is so bad. We're the easiest team to pass through the lines in the league. I can just say it straight up. I feel like we're the easiest team in the league to pass through our lines. Now, to get through us is just so easy, and that's no way you're a possession-based team.
Right.
If that's no way, that's your style. That's why everyone says there's no identity, because he's got a plan, but he's so far from it. Like, that's why they say it's no identity. The identity is meant to be possession, but it is kind of, but it isn't, because it only is amongst a back four.
Yeah.
So, like, that's not that's fraudulent. That's not really possession based. The midfield and attack in real possession based teams have possession. They might recycle it all the way to the defence as well, but all of them have input, which we don't really have that. And we couldn't get it against Callum McFarlane's Chelsea, which has scored 2 goals in 1 month. One of those goals coming against us, because we keep allowing records to happen. So we had another negative record broken by Slot as well this season. This game, I think it was a game before. But most set piece goals conceded by Liverpool in a season. This is the most at 18. So yeah, he's setting negative record. And that's the thing is, they look very reminiscent of how Man U looked once. You know, sign big stars. Man U did things similar to us. There's one thing we did, which was Kirkes, which was internal within the league. And we looked very outside, like a TK, Verts, Frimpong. Isak was in the league too, of course, big one. So we did a couple, which is fair. But Man U with Mbeumo, Cunha. Mbeumo reminds me of like Mane. I remember when we signed Mane. Before Mane came to Liverpool, every week on Match of the Day, you just hear Sadio Mane for Southampton, just like almost every week, every other week. That was a bit similar to Mbeumo at Brentford last season. When I'm watching Match of the Day, there's 2/3 of a chance that I'm going to see him score a goal or do something, I'll be honest. And they sign these players internally, then they just straight in, come in, do well. We've done a couple, obviously, Isak and Kirkes, but they haven't worked, haven't been incorporated well.
Who was it that was smoking it with Mbeumo at Brentford? Wissa.
Wissa, yeah, both of them together, yeah. Look, man, I'm hesitant to give Slot the money for another window, to be honest. I think most of the fans are on the same page. It's not all bad with Slot, though.
He's of the view that he is getting that window, and you disagree with him.
Yeah, so what he's been saying in the interviews and stuff recently does sound like he feels like, yeah, I'm going to be...
He's got support.
We've got plans and I've got support in this, that and the third. I disagree now, because I've heard recent mumblings, but really about like that Saturday game and the response from the fans and the reaction. Some key people at Liverpool took notice of that. Now, I don't think that's a confirmation, but how the season ends is going to matter, man. And what's going to continue happening, our performances, it's going to matter, bro. And I don't know if fully he's going to be the manager going forward next season. I've heard a lot of like very experienced pundits, even though it's all been like positive and Liverpool going to stay with him. That's what the media have been kind of pushing. A lot of pundits who aren't like part of the media and aren't part of the media teams that the teams like employ or whatever connect with. So a lot of them have said they don't think he'll be this manager next season come like August or whatever. And look, man, same, to be honest, because the way we're playing, I think just, we got to call a spade a spade. It's a lot of money that'll be spent, because it's basically evident that we need to spend a lot of money this summer again. And it's like, yeah, you'd have to get it right. You can't just spend like a billy. We'll probably end up spending a total of 750 mil under him if he stays, which is a lot of money for you to. You'd have to now justify that and be in a certain position, and then it's what we just keep him until October. Or, do you know what I'm saying? The first international break or whatever. Like. I don't know.
There was a lot to get right though. Like, obviously, like we always say it, but your situation last summer was just so unique in terms of outgoings and tragedies and stuff. To refix that and rebuild, like it was gonna need what you spent last year. I still didn't agree with the Isak and Ekatike, although now the way it's looking, it was probably the right thing to do because. One's been out the whole year, like one's been out for a long time, the other out a long time. But like it does feel like now we're getting to the last bit of Klopp's DNA on the club, because even with his title win, Klopp's name's still being brought up. Like if you can't get over him with a title win, when will you ever? So even last year it was still being brought up. Now with the third season and the summer coming, and you're saying Robbo and Salah's confirmed like leaving. That's better. Besides Virgil, who's Dutch anyway. Yeah. That's basically Klopp's boys gone now. Yeah. Like it's my team. This is my guys. And then I think that's when you will truly, because even if you say, but this season was kind of that. The biggest influence in the dressing room was a Klopp guy with Salah, and I know they got on well last year and it worked. But Salah's clearly been bringing an energy to the club that Slot is just not aligned with clearly, like. So I think, and though you can say but Salah's not been playing and the results are still happening, it's still that stain though, like him being at the club is a thing.
His aura's
it's still there. Like for example, you're showing me him laughing on the bench when the fans are doing that means that energy's still around, bro. So
it is.
I do think from the outside looking in, I know you're in it, so you got a different view, but from the outside looking in, I'm not even saying he's the right man, but I think we'll see him, like, the fairest to judge him will be that third, because you've had one amazing season, one bad season. Third is the balance.
I'm going to tell you why you're right, but you're right about that, but I'm going to also tell you why we shouldn't really get to that point, and it still kind of all ends up being his fault. Yeah. Which is like just how it ends. So when he came to the club, there was 3 to identify as your most significant. It was going to go 1, 2, the third goes because of the contract situation.
Which wasn't his fault.
Trent,
acknowledged.
Which wasn't his fault. Now it was Trent, Van Dijk, Salah. Right. Who are you gonna choose as your like guy, right? Now we know. Let's say Trent is Klopp's guy. Yeah. Right. They've got a great relationship, Trent and Klopp. Van Dijk's a bit of a neutral, just good professional. Probably about to be the captain. You know, maybe the captain at the point when Finn came in. I think. And then we've got Salah, whose relationship with Klopp's crumbled just a couple months ago. To be honest, towards the end of the season, and is who he is, right? Now you've chosen Salah, who you've identified as your guy.
Well, the season played out, and then you chose, and we know why.
Wait, the season played out. No, I feel like he chose Salah.
Well, from the get-go.
Yeah, Salah took the opportunity of a new manager and haven't been getting along with the old one. Salah's very calculated in all of Slot's. He's such a prevalent figure in Slot's Liverpool journey. Like he's so prevalent in, because I really think he's going to go, I'll be honest. And maybe you're saying Salah, he needs the opportunity with, because almost that's the way Salah's played it tactically with. And I rate it because he's done what he's done for himself and Liverpool. Liverpool benefited him in Salah doing what he's done, even if he's done it for his own ego. Yeah. But a bit of it is for Liverpool too. He wanted to do it for both. Right. And he took advantage of the scenario and said, look, I'm going to... Remember, he approached Slot and said, I'm going to win you the Premier League. Right. That was him basically putting his ballot fam, the man. The contracts are there. I'm your guy.
Yeah.
I want the contract, but I'm also going to put in 120% for you next season.
Yeah.
Now, Slot, unfortunately, didn't think long term. He thought about next season because Trent... Now, and I'm telling you these things because if you're a top manager, these are things you have to identify before coming to Liverpool. So Trent, right now, we've got a generational talent. I understand that he's got the... With Klopp, they've got the relationship, and there's rumblings about him going to Madrid. Now, nothing's confirmed at this point, but there are rumblings that are pretty strong.
Yeah.
And contract offers have been offered, and maybe, I think he's rejected, maybe a couple at the point he's coming now. Now, what could have been done is, things could have been... I still think Trent's head could have been turned. I honestly do. If you really have to look, you are the future of this team. You're a generational talent. You're going to be the captain after Van Dijk, who is the guy, but he hasn't got that many years left. We're getting to the point. You're hearing people say Solskjaer's the next captain, We're at the point I'm talking about now, whereas if he treated it like how long term and really thought about shit. So look, you have that. I know you're Klopp's guy, boy, but look, I'm going to build a team. I respect everything Klopp's done, and I want to build upon that, and that's centred around you, 100%. And that's where we're going to go. I think Trent could have been swayed. I honestly do. Now, honestly, I do. Like,
why? Why?
Why do I think that?
Because he loves Liverpool enough.
Yeah, because he loves Liverpool enough, and he knows he's going to get that £400,000 contract that Salah has also. And then on top of that, he's going to be the captain. So that contract was going to go to someone, and maybe the team decided already, like, oh, we're going to give it to Salah or whatever. But I think things could have been played out a bit more. Whereas, like, there was an agreement that I want to use Salah, so think, okay, we'll offer it to Salah or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas, because it doesn't make... He's younger and more prepped to be the captain. I guess we tried what we tried, but he identified Salah to me. That's always how I feel. We're not Trent as the future of the team. Yeah. And we see how much we hurt now without Trent. And I think, personally, that's just what I think. We'll never know. Maybe Trent's head was already swayed, this, that and the third, and a lot of people feel that way. But if he had the conversation that I said, I really think, like, you can be greater than Gerrard, this, that and the third. You could be greater than Gerrard. It's a mad thing to say, but you can be if he stayed. Like, if he stayed and put in a couple more years... Bro, he's a generational passer, bro. Like, he's generational. I've only seen him, Beckham and KDB pass that way in the Prem. And Fabregas, maybe. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's how I feel. And it's whatever. That's where he picked. You picked Salah. So, we fast forward to now. This guy's like a thorn on your side throughout your, your this season. I keep saying your last season, but your second season. Salah's like, he's not doing what you hoped for. He's being annoying with the press. He's being selfish and this, that, but you chose him. And I know, and he won you that league. Yeah. So that's the thing, because you're a fraud, like, there's so much, like, that you can't even be mad at with Salah. They've got love-hate. Sorry, go on.
One thing I'll ask you, though, do you think some of that... Because I remember the rumblings at the start of the season where it was like, Salah feels aware about these new sites, so, like, Isak, because the message was almost being made to him that you're not going to be the man for too long anyway, with signing guys like Isak. He was basically almost the MVP of last season at Premier League level. So do you think, before we even get to Slot and his dynamic, there's already like a club thing with Salah where it's like, Salah's kind of thing, like he's gone into the season with this attitude because it's like, the club are kind of sending me a message here after what I just did. Yeah. And then that then goes into the Slot dynamic with him. But already, do you think Salah's already been set off by these decisions of the signings and stuff? Because he's lost, like you say, he's lost his main man, Trent, his guy.
We could have been more cutthroat, man. And I know it sounds like... And I felt this way at the time, because I said Salah good riddance. And this was...
After that season?
No, this was in the middle. This was about March, where we just about clinched the Prem. and I said, it's looking like we're going to win the Prem. We got the 3 contracts. Give Trent the big one, Van Dijk the thing, Salah good riddance. I said it. Now I think this was before when it looked like we're just about to win the league. It was cutthroat. I'll be honest. What I said then was cutthroat, but we should have fucking did it because he already won us the league. Like I think, and I know it's like harsh. The contract came in April or like in May. He already did it, bro. Like give him the send off now, bro. Like thing. I know it sounds harsh. and cutthroat. Because it's like he should be paid for everything he's done now. But look, man, Trent is the future. And if we can't afford to pay all of them a certain price, yo, just be cutthroat about it. Get Trent under the thing. And, like, thank you, man. But, like, that's how I felt at the time, bro, I swear, because I made a vid. I'm so glad, like, I made that video, because it's that proof.
Yeah, it's
that
proof.
I said it right in that moment, bro. But so good.
Nah, I feel you, but how do they spin that to the rest of the fan base? You just sell the player that's, like you even said, won you the league. How do the clubs spin? Because the club are thinking...
Yeah, the fan base would have gone... I know. The fan base is one of them ones where if we stay with Slot this season, then they've picked like a harder sell. Like the amount he's got to work. Like especially if Alonso goes somewhere else, man, it won't be good. It will not be good. So that's a harder one than the decision they would have made then. Because I know it's a difficult one. It's like mad to do, especially just won us a league. But it's just one of them cutthroat things. I know, like, it's so cutthroat, but it just is what it is, like, thing.
So you're the chairman.
Because it'll still be a send-off. It'll still be a lovely, lovely send-off.
Okay, so you're the chairman.
Pay him under the...
Okay, so you're the chairman. You've got the power to make that decision. A few months later, interview comes. Like, let's say you decide to do like a, not tell all, but like a little sit down and explain your decision. Yeah. How do you spin that to the fan base that we sold a player that is MVP, won us the league almost on his own?
Because of his age.
So to make all your points on how to spin that.
So look, I spin that by saying we appreciate everything that Salah's done. You start with love and everything he's done, how he's our greatest winger of all time, and he's just won the league for us, which is such a great move for us. But we do believe that that was his final push for Liverpool for his career and what he means to the league, to football. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what he did it for. Yeah. And he achieved that by doing it. Slot and Salah have got a massive love-hate relationship. Because Salah loves the fact that Slot is proof that I could win it without Klopp. And then Slot, but that's what he loves, but deep down he doesn't like Slot because he don't rate him. I'll be honest, he don't rate him, and especially when he drops him and shit. And then Slot feels vice versa about Salah this season, for sure. Like, he don't really rate, apart from goal scoring, he don't rate anything else he does. Yeah. But... Which you don't either, really. So you're kind of aligned with Salah. No. Like, Salah's changed. That's a bit more recent, Salah. Goal scoring. Man, at the beginning, he used to press hard. Yeah. But we're talking about current. You kind of got who Slot's working with. Okay, fair enough. So on that basis, you're kind of more on Slot's side with that, right? That he's like, for sure. I am, to be fair. But I think you can still put him in positions where you can make that work. Okay. Anyway, but Slot's love-hate relationship with him is that he only kind of rates him for goals, but everything else as a footballer he don't really rate, and he kind of hates that bit. But he loves that. He won him the league. He loves the fact that he won him the league because he knows the truth, which is that he's a fraud and that Salah won him the league. That not he's a fraud, but the number one most significant reason we won the league last season is because of Salah number one, and then his tactics number two, and then whatever after, maybe Gravenberg, which I do have like love and flowers to give to Slot. I do. But they do have that love-hate relationship, Salah and himself. So, look, with me, I'm going to break it down how it is. The way he was ending the season was slow. And that's because they gave him the contract. Look, we can speak to him and try and get him the right move. Yeah. It's just a free contract for him. We'll try and get you the right move. We'll see if we can facilitate anything you need. Like, it's going to be such an amicable departure. Yeah. That's what we're going to let him know. But look, we've got to now think about the future. We've got to think ahead. and we do want to go with Trent, and he shouldn't feel bad, but Trent's the future of this club. You understand? You explain that to him. He's the future of this club. Like, we got to be rational. You're the age you are. Trent is coming to his prime. Real Madrid did everything we can to stop that, and he's the future of this club, and we need to invest in that.
Right.
And it is what it is, bro, because this sport is a cutthroat sport at the end of the day, bro. That's how I would have played, and I said it at the time, and I know it's, you can say hindsight or whatever, but anyway, things have played out how they've played out, and that's why I can't really use Salah as a thorn side, because that's what you pick, that's what you chose. You need to look at everything that comes with it, and that's what do you get with Trent, a man that don't really defend, and a bit of attitude.
Yeah.
But all of them are going to come. Van Dijk, you get attitude, but a good professional. To be fair, like, he's got a bit of his attitude, but he is a good professional, Van Dijk, and he plays every game and shit.
Yeah.
So this is what comes with it, and he chose Salah, and you get the massive ego and someone who plays for self more than the team.
Yeah.
Which I'll be honest, that's the worst. Out of all the traits, that's the worst one. Out of all the negative ones, it's the worst one. Because it can end up looking like how it did this season. It can also, there's such drastic, it can win you the league, but it can also like be so bad where he's just, and he actually just don't give a shit, and he's laughing on the pitch when shit's going bad, and laughing while you're getting booed. And I think because his ego is that big, this is what you're dealing with. So, and this is what he chose, in my opinion, is what you chose. And it's not you get a chance without, because we gave a lot of money to Slot, bro. Like, with $500 million. But there's good things with Slot. And when we say all of the money we gave and the transfers and how much transition and change there was in the team. So we do move on now to, I want to move on to our midfielders. And obviously I said earlier that I think it would have been better for McAllister to play as a 10 and Soberside deeper. Because let's say there's like 3 attributes for centre midfielders: technicality, physicality and agility. Right. Now, with Gravenberch's got all 3. He's got good technical ability, good physical ability, and he's agile as well, like in movement with the ball and whatnot. But Sobo and Mac, they've got 2 but lack 1. So Sobo has got good technical ability, very good, and good physical ability, but he's not agile. He's very slow in his movement, and he needs space and time. That's why his best performances come out right back low key. At Cam, where the game comes so quick at you because you're so advanced, that the press is so much stronger, he struggles with that, bro. And that's been a thing for a while now. And then McAllister, you've got he's got good technical ability and he's pretty agile, but he's not physical. He's like very weak, bro. You know, and he did do some great tackles against Chelsea, a couple smashes on Cucurella where he got the ball. They were lovely. Some of his best moments of the season, to be honest, apart from the Madrid goal. Yeah, that was nice, but in the end it weren't a good result. But that's what I'll say with those 3 midfielders. Which Gravenberch have got all 3 in the tank. Now, I love Sobo, and he's had a great season, but we're getting towards the end of the season now, so we're going to get some things straight. We need a CDM for sure. We need a 6, a CDM. He's going to partner with Gravenberch, okay? Like, so, I don't know what, if we're moving with Wirtz and Cam, I don't know what one for Sobo, or like, I understand the season he's had.
You mean
some men are saying captain and this, that in midfield. But like, I don't know, because we now need to have some real serious, uncomfortable conversations, which is, I actually don't know why one for Sobo. Now, his free kick things are helping, but Gravenberch, I don't know if you saw the goal yesterday.
Yeah, that was just fun.
Yeah, he's the guy in midfield. He's got all of the 3 things in the tank. And he's one of the things with Slot, but I'm going to give Slot flowers here, is his development of Gravenberch's been superb. It's been superb because Gravenberch come into Liverpool as a cam. Yeah. And at Cam, it didn't really, he kind of flopped there for Bayern. I think Ajax before he was good as a Cam. Yeah. I think he played Cam. He was 8 at Bayern.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So yeah, that didn't really work for him. And he was Cam at Ajax, right?
I think 8 again, but it was more advanced 8.
Okay, because when he came to us, people were saying he's a Cam and stuff. So I don't know if at Bayern if he played Cam, but maybe 8 then.
Yeah, like very attacking.
Fair, very attacking, advanced 8. Right, but obviously that didn't really work. And even when he came in with Klopp played him sporadically, like maybe sometimes 10, sometimes 8.
Yeah.
But didn't really have an identity in the team, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then when Slot came in, one thing is Slot the last season was very absolute with decision making. He had authority, bro. Like it's weird how this season he just so doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, because last season how he came in and was like, look, Gakpo, I see you as a left winger, you're playing left wing. And Gakpo didn't know, and apparently he thought he was a striker, and in one interview he said, no, I see him as left wing. Yeah. Boom, and Gakpo had a good season last season. It was one of those one-hit wonder seasons and no one knew, he just did a cutting move. And he got Slot took the most out of that, so good for him. But he did develop Gakpo. We'll need to keep Gakpo for another season. Yeah. So Gakpo, but he's ended the season strong. He's had a poor season, but he's ended it strong now. And he's had experience on the left striker as well. Still a little bit missing an identity up top. But Slot has developed him. Yeah. But when we look at Gravenberch now, what he did for him as a CDM in terms of just playing him every week in that CDM role 6, which he's just done. And one season he won the league, put in a job. But that's not his natural position. His future is at 8, where he tried at Bayern, because he's got everything in the tank, technical, physical and agile. If there's one more player who's a bit more physical and ready to protect, then Gravenberch can take it to play. Last season's the best midfielder in the league last season.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and he can take it to new levels, and his future's at 8.
Yeah.
100%, so.
Yeah, and adding to your point as well, those are my favourite profile of midfielders, so I've seen how many managers have struggled to get that profile right. Because when you're saying 10, it's almost like 10 in the same way Pogba could be considered a 10, where they're attacking CMs or attacking 8s, but they're really advanced. And so many managers, like in the Prem, I don't think any, like Mourinho, Solskjaer ended up getting the most out of Pogba. Yeah. And, Mourinho would have him on the left and this side and stuff. Pep didn't figure that out at all. Yeah. Like, if he stayed with Pep, we're talking about a centre-back, competing with Cola. And whereas what we ended up seeing, and I guess Mancini did well with that, but what we ended up seeing is, for me...
Well, Yaya was more of a 6 than an 8, though.
When he started
at City.
When he started, but when he took off, he was box to box.
He was box to box.
I remember that.
80. His dribbles were mad.
I remember that special tactic in that that Aguero season. When it would be like a defensive change, but it was attacking slightly, where he would bring on De Jong. And then push Yaya forward, and then Yaya would just destroy the game, just basically win the game, bring De Jong off the bench and then put Yaya more advanced. It's like, okay, now it's time to go for it. And then he would just smoke it, and that basically won City the league that year. And so that was one of the few that got it right, but then the whole run leading up to that season, Pep couldn't figure it out. Mourinho couldn't figure out Pogba. It's only really Wenger with Vieira that's kind of figured out that leggy, tall, lanky.
Exactly.
So I'm always keenly watching those players when they come over here, just because it's my favourite type of player, and I like to see how a manager does it. And Gravenberch for me is in that bracket of player stylistically. And I agree with you, giving Slot credit for that, because it's hard to do.
So because the development Gravenberch has got defensively in the midfield, and being able to kind of read the midfield from an interception perspective and off the ball. The last couple of years, Slot has done really well for that development. He has, we can't take that away from him. So what the next manager can do when they come in is, to me, it's long for Sobo. Because, so those are the 3 I named, which we got Grav, Sobo, Mac, right? Mac, we got to get rid of, I'm afraid. We got to sell him. We keep Sobersai for sure. But Gravenberch's got to start, to me, as an 8. Because who's coming in as a 6? Which we've identified we haven't replaced Fabinho since he's left.
Yeah.
And the link with Zubimendi never happened. And we put Gravenberch in there for a job, and he did a job.
Yeah.
But we now it's time now for Gravenberch to play in his right position, I think, next season, which is 8. Yeah. That's where his future's at. He's got all of the things, technical, physical, agile. That's where he goes. We get the 6 in, and it looks like Wirtz has the plans for the camp. Maybe a winger. The wings we have to look at. Rio, though, can... maybe Gakpo again's fucked. Because who goes left? With Ekatike injured, it would be him left.
Yeah.
Diamande right, who we linked to, then up top Isaac. But with Ekatike injured, maybe Rio does a job there in Gakpo. But yeah, we need to get that 6, which means, I don't know for Sober.
Sober's going to be looking at it, like, until Wirtz, like, shows what he's worth, then
that's true. Yeah, and he's good backup for that, but he's not good as a cam, so maybe Gravenberch can be put in that role if that happens. But yeah, we'll have to, because he's not a cam at all. Like, he's not actually seeing Wirtz as a 10, I'll be honest. Like, maybe as an 8, even with how bad Wirtz has been, as a 10, Sobersai as a 10, trust me, he's not it. Like, maybe from an 8 perspective, or even right back,
so when he's been getting all these shouts of player of the season,
right back and deep centre mid, but a lot right back, and then he gets subbed into centre mid, or even like a lot of right centre mid, right cam, a few, but yeah, centre mid mainly, not cam, centre mid.
Yeah. If you're humble enough to accept right back, would you still want to buy one?
I wouldn't mind trying. If he was humble enough to accept it, I wouldn't mind trying to develop him in that role, to be honest. But we would need a stronger right winger for sure that can help probably in defence, not Frimpong, I'm afraid. But I wouldn't mind that. To be fair, like, he's got the right heart. He would have a future there, bro, because it'll be the closest thing to Trent that we can replicate from that position, to be honest. He's had great performances from there, and what he brings from a set piece perspective and free kicks is so valuable that I would like him to start in the team. It's just as long, because Gravenberch can't be dropped. Next season, he's got to really play the 8, especially if we bring in like a CDM. Like, it'll break my heart for Gravenberch to be dropped for maybe Soberslai. I'll be honest, that'd be a mistake. I know it seems like he has been our best player this season. It seems kind of blasphemous what I'm saying, but that would be a mistake. Like, Gravenberch with a 6 now and that protection, he's got to now play in that. With Wirtz as well, because you need to find the right link with Wirtz. And sometimes Sobersai and Wirtz have had decent links, and to be fair, they have. That's why he hasn't gone in the advanced roles when he's sometimes moved from right back to midfield, because Wirtz is still on the pitch sometimes. So he will stay a little bit deeper. But Gravenberch and Wirtz link very well too. And he's just better at that type of play, Gravenberch is. He's more agile and can move between the lines better. So, yeah, like, it has to be him for sure. So, that is one thing that we can't take away from Slot. And it's just one thing I want to urge, like, the Liverpool fans, just to open your eye about. Like, it won't be... I know Sobo's done so good this season, but he has done good in a season where we're really bad. And with us at our best, is he like in the Liverpool team at his strongest? I don't know, to be honest. It's like a bit of a... But he definitely maybe can say something to Wirtz, but that's not the plan. I'll be honest, that's not the plan. We want Wirtz to start kicking on next season, to be honest, in that cam position. So that's like really... I did want to give Slot his flowers for that. But yeah, like, obviously...
Do you feel this should be his last 2 games?
Yeah, I do. I do feel like this should be his last 2 games. Hopefully we can get results. There's too many bad, shocking results this season. I know the tragedy's been what it's been, But where we're at, the lack of identity in the team, like Jones right back and shit, what's going on? I know there's been a lot of injuries in that position, but Frimpong's been fit now, like, what's going on? We just don't know what is going on. The progress in terms of where we're at and how far we're in the team, compare us to Man U and their structure, what is going on? Like, that is, sorry, but that's just a question. After what we've spent, yeah, there's been injuries here and there, but after what we've spent, like, who's where? Where's Frimpong? Who's that? Okay, Kirkers is the future for the left back. We don't know the centre backs. What's going on with the midfielders, man? Like, do we need a CDM? Is Gravenberch now going to go to A? What is going on? Like, obviously Salah's going. Ekitike unlucky with the injury. That's an unlucky one on him. But, like, obviously we got Wirtz in the team, which that looks like it's confirmed. Wirtz and Isaac. Or maybe Ekitike and he's back, we don't know because of injury. But it's just a bit what's going on. Is Rio now going to break into the team and you're going to, or is Gakpo your guy? What's the situation there? We don't know anything about the end. We got 2 games left. So it's just that's the bit which it seems harsh, but that's why it's like, we're just so far from knowing where the fuck we are at. To be honest, like, in our identity, and we're too far into the season to be here, bro. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You man are now pushing on. Gyökeres is now looking good. Lewis Skelly now has come in a little bit at the end to help push, and you've got new good questions now. Like, you've got concerns and questions for you, but they're good ones. Like Zubimendi or Skelly, that's good, great. That's a decent like debate to have. Ours is McAllister's going to leave. We've got Gravenberch, we need a new player, this, that and the third, and it's bare. Do we go Soboslai or Grav? It's weird, bro. And yeah, man, there's a lot of misidentifications in terms of positions this season, for sure. Bad window, like the Frimpong transfer was just very strange, to be honest. And it's on him, you know what I'm saying, really. But that is really where I'm at. That's like the first breakdown of like the roundup for the season, which it starts with Slot and the midfielders. But we'll see next week. Maybe I don't know if his transfers, I think, where we go next. There's so much goalkeepers, so much shit to cover. But defenders, but yeah, that's it. But we move on now. And yeah, man, just with Arsenal, I think their style of play is a lot better as of recent games. And, you know, Zubimendi's been dropped for Lewis Skelly. That's really how it's looked to me. And no, man, I'm preferring their football. So, look, I don't want City to always win the league. Yeah, cool, get Gahey, get whatever. But maybe, no, you don't win the double. Maybe you just leave with a League Cup. Maybe even Chelsea beat them in the FA Cup. And you leave with a League Cup. Cool, you got Gahey, this, Pep goes. And you spent that money and, you know, it was for a League Cup, which is cool. And Silva can leave on that note. I would prefer that, to be honest, than Man City win a league and do a double in domestically. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Spend the money, cool, get Gahey over us, calm. But hopefully they just end the season. That's how I feel. So, yeah, like, I'm not mad at Arsenal getting that result at the end. They scraped it again. Today's result was more like boring Arsenal type of result in game. Like, not really playing like their usual selves of lately. They play more like their usual selves of most of the season, which has been a bit like not the greatest, or the bad patch, the rough patch anyway. But look, they still won, and that's what's important. And obviously West Ham were at home and are literally in a relegation scrap. So yeah, West Ham are going to obviously play a certain way. So look, they did what they had to do to get the points, and that's what it's about at this point, for sure. 2 more games left. So yeah, man, hopefully Arsenal can bring it home instead of Man City, because I don't want Man City winning the league. Personally, I'd rather Arsenal. So that's how I feel with that. But we move on to, for me personally, the Champions League. Well, let's go with how you feel about the game. So the lineup comes out. nerves, obviously, because it's West Ham and then relegation scrap. How was it all? Like, even break down kind of what happened and stuff.
Yeah, so but I must have
popped out.
Wanted to go shop, get some snacks, some grub for the game. I think Forest and Newcastle were playing at the time, so I was like, wanted some snacks. Try to go shop. 2 minutes down the road, fuck the key. Like, I forgot the key. Dammy's like gone somewhere. He's not coming back till at least halfway through the game, you said earlier. So I had that in my mind. I'm trying to text Dammy about if he can help try and sort something out in terms of me getting back in, but obviously you're busy. So I'm like, shit, I gotta find somewhere to watch this game then, because I can't get back in the yard right now. So shit. So then I go up to Gunner. I just go to Gunner's. I see a bit of buzz in one of the football group GCs. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's some people up there. Fuck it. Like, I didn't have a jacket, nothing. I was like, fuck, I just gotta do it. So go up there. And boy, like, it was a blessing. I can't lie. It was a blessing, because that game right there, that was worth being, you know, in and amongst it. Because I mean, I'm gonna break it down, but like, obviously when the lineup comes out, because like all this shit's going on, I'm not even like preparing or looking at what's going on with like the lineups and all that. I'm just thinking like, shit, I can't believe that's happened type shit. And then like hoping I meet some people up there, waiting on them and shit. So I'm like the lineup, I was like, oh shit, it came on the screen. I'm like, oh yeah, shit. And then see, he's stuck with the same team. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, it's been on a good winning streaks lately. Especially in the Prem. Like, the last time we fielded that 11 in the Prem, it was fantastic. Best football we've played in a really long time. Probably in 2026. And you know, I mean, I haven't actually spoken since we've been using that team, and one thing I will say is the Zubi for Skelly change is significant. It's significant, man, because Skelly's like just more of a classic Arsenal DNA midfielder, where we used to have it with Wilshere, even to like Santi to a degree, where that small player that can just worm his way out of trouble and weave under pressure is more our thing. I think this Zubi overpassing slow build-up thing hasn't worked. I mean, even with Jorginho, right? I think Jorginho, people have used him as a reference point for Zubi, but Jorginho moves the ball very quick. It's like one touch, bam, 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 like a ping pong. And even that type of style, it's like he was different. Zubi makes our build-up extremely slow, man. Like, extremely slow. And at the end of the day, I think that change has been significant. And Skelly, and even how I feel about Skelly, like in regards to like his main position, is like, I do want to use him the way City use what's his name, Nico O'Reilly, and we did that today, which I liked, where Nico O'Reilly is sort of alternating between left back and centre mid. So it just depends on the in-game situation, but it's helped City out a lot, where Pep is just like, okay, now, you know, there's a more physical winger on, it's time for Nico to, or I would just want an extra midfielder on, let me put Nico back at fullback, and then, you know, bring another midfielder on. We did that with Skelly today, where it's like, okay, Zubi, I mean, it didn't quite go like that, but put Rice back in midfield, Calafiori off, and Skelly back at left back, because, you know, he's got the feel for the game and he's our best fullback in the build-up. And so, yeah, I think using him that way, number one, it gets him more minutes, but number two, it's just a bonus to us because he's a great talent. And, you know, I think that's his future now, where, you know, he's in between the two roles, just game dependent, or, you know, depending on what minute in the game as well, like what we need in that moment. But I think that will help a lot. And I like how we're using him, and he's definitely revived things. But at this moment in time, you've got to go Rice and Skelly as the starting midfield pairing, because, you know, the problems, what you're talking about when you're saying
that way in that season as well.
Yeah, for the foreseeable future, because we could do with another midfielder, to be honest. I think we could. Like, when I'm seeing all this,
that's a bit greedy.
I don't think so.
With Zubimendi, so what? So you're expecting Ranieri to come back.
But I'm talking just the deep roles.
Okay,
Their
well,
man are
you've
all
got
10s,
Odegaard.
but if their man are all 10s, let's just talk the two. Like, let's say it's a pivot.
Yeah.
Rice is between Rice, Skelly, and Zibby.
Skelly and Zibby.
Right.
And you think you can say, but okay, what, like a Tonali, for example?
We've been linked with him, like, because number one,
And you expect Skelly to play a big role next season as well.
Yeah, because for me,
Rice is your main player.
Yeah, and Rice will need a rest. Rice will need a rest.
Okay, but with like Zubimendi also, so what's the plans with him? He plays a Norgard role.
Yeah. That's the level he's been playing at. So, like, well, it should be realistic because if we're getting to the point Arteta's not trusting him enough where you've been subbed on, then subbed off because it's like, fuck. And, like, what you're talking about with, it's back to the old Arsenal of when we were playing this way. That all goes with Zibby. As soon as he come, like, when we started the game, we were creating mad shots. Like, Calafiori should have squared it to York, like, that early chance. We were peppering them. And then Ben White comes off injured, and then Rice goes to right back. Which, by the way, I've seen some debate on that change, and I don't blame Arteta. I understood Arteta's point at that point. So we were peppering them so much that it was like, there's actually no point bringing on another defender and then like for like change for Ben White. It's all us. He thought he could get away with, let me just put Rice at right back if we're gonna be camped in their box like this, and bring another midfielder on. So it was the right idea, but Nuno was clever. He adjusted as Arteta adjusted. And he basically said, okay, Rice is at right back and Zibby's back in midfield. We can run through that midfield. Skelly and Zibby doesn't work at all. And I don't want to see that again personally, unless it's like a cup game. Yeah. Like, I don't want to see that at all. They got run through, and it's too soft.
Yeah, I didn't see even really.
Yeah, they got ran through.
Because he's so short, Skelly.
Yeah.
Zibby's kind of short too.
Yeah, he's 5'11". Yeah, like he's decent height for his profile.
Yeah, he is.
But he's very soft. He's so soft, like unbelievably soft, and like he's easy to run through. And Miles is like strong, but he's still not got the positional. He's not mastered the positional. Yeah, exactly. Short, so he's going to improve positionally.
So that's 17, 16, 17.
Who, Skelly? No, he's like 19 now, maybe.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Okay. But or maybe about to be 19. But with he's 19, going on 20. But with what was I saying? With that midfield pairing,
Zibby and Skelly,
it's too soft and easy to run through. And then also at right back, when you're actually running at Rice, you kind of do see a bit how slow he is. Like in midfield, in a centre, not to say he's fast, but like he can get around easily because it's central, so he's fast. But when you're coming up against a Somerville, you're gonna get exposed for how slow you are, you know. So Declan Rice. So I think Nuno just adjusted to that very quickly. That's what caused the issues for us. But I don't think the change was wrong. He had the right idea in that moment. It's just Nuno then adjusted again. And that's what I was saying the other day about what I like about tactical duels when, Pep and Arteta were going at it. I love when you make a change, I react, you do, and, we had to do that. And Nuno is a good coach. So, it was done in that game. But we had to deal with that for a while. We had to deal with them running through, marauding our midfield for a minute, them getting at us on the flanks, and Arteta ended up having to make a big decision and bring Zibby off, and that's why. And we're getting to that point where Arteta's starting to not lose trust in him, but starting to see what it is, where it's like, okay, we need to inject something different in this game. Yeah. And he's just being willing to take him off now, and he's getting ruthless. And I like this side of Arteta, where it's like, we win by any means necessary. Saka wasn't at it again today. And, we've given him praise lately for, his comeback and stuff. But again, we're getting to the inconsistencies. Like, someone that, is meant to be of this caliber, to be taken off in a title race, in a decisive title game when we need it, does speak volumes. But Arteta, but Arteta's being ruthless, and this is what we need. For me, it was the right decision. I think Noni came on and stretched the game a bit and caused a bit of havoc on that right side, which is where Odegaard started getting some space in there, which is where the goal comes from. But some of my other points as well, obviously Ben White, really need to hope that's not a big injury.
Oh, he got injured.
Yeah, that's what started the whole right back thing. So
of course, yeah.
So him getting injured, that's what I mean. Like, it will be a concern. And Mosquera did okay today, but obviously to have two of your main right backs out with a final coming, or just even two decisive games coming up, but also a final, I think we can get away with it against Burnley and Palace. But with a final coming up against one of the best wingers in the world, Dami says the best, is definitely a concern. And one thing I will say though is I do think that Kvara-Shkreli battle can play into a Mosquera's hands a bit. Because I think Mosquera, whenever I've not liked him at right back, has been because of him coming up against these smaller wingers. I can't remember who was the winger at Brighton that just cut inside, like basically skinned him alive on that wing, on that flank. Doku the other week as well gave him some problems, and then Somerville today at times. And it's those small wingers that get under him. He's 6'3", These small wingers that get under him is a problem. However, Kvara is someone that he can play into his hands a bit because that height battle. So it's like, okay, if we're going for duels and stuff,
he's a better
matchup.
You think he's a better matchup than Timber?
Yeah, because Timber struggles against tall wingers. So for me, I've never seen Timber struggle that much than I did against PSG at home last season. He was out of breath. He was absolutely blowing. And for me, when everyone's worrying about Timber for the final, I was actually very relaxed. I was actually like, to be fair, this might... And I was thinking more for Ben White, because I think Ben White's got that height too, and that'll be so. But now it's looking like Mosquera. He's not really a natural right back, so it's a bit annoying. But regardless, I think the matchup is better if it's either of those two that play this final.
To be fair, with Mosquera, he does have like the defensive capabilities.
Right.
So with that being the case against Kvaratskhelia, but it will be, I don't know if you miss a massive element going forward. Yeah. Which you can't have maybe with Saka, it'll be Saka. Yeah. But even Madueke, does Madueke enjoy having overlappers? Or no, he just won.
Yeah, he can ISO. But one thing with that, I reckon we combat that with, and that's the other thing. It might mean Calafiori definitely plays now. Yeah. Because on the other side, you want one attacking one, And I would have personally, I would have preferred a Campier because of just defensively against those flanks. You just want better defensive solidity, and I think Calafiori nearly cost us against Atletico, to be honest. Yeah. But however, Calafiori might play, and that might balance out the defensive limitations Mosquera has going forward. But that's fine. We'll get to that when that happens, right? Yeah. But White being injured will be a bit of a concern because I think he's definitely helped in Saka's recent resurgence. Yeah, man. Some people say like obviously Timber might have held Saka back a bit and all of this, and Gyökeres. But Gyökeres and Saka have started to click a lot in recent times, and they've created a nice little dynamic for all the talk about what was going on earlier. Yeah. They're now like understanding each other and connecting with each other a lot better now. So that's a positive. But today that wasn't really evident, but it's fine. But yeah, man, like Miles, man, like it's so, I'm so impressed with what he's done, and I think he's had to sit back. Like, this season has been ideal for him in terms of, after the hype of last season, the press he got, people, like, a lot of people came for his attitude and and stuff, and people created a perception of him that, people that support Arsenal, follow him closely, we didn't understand where that came from personally, but, people sort of thought he had a bad attitude and all of this, and discipline problems, even though some of the cards he got last season were crazily harsh. But people had an assumption of him, and he did the Haaland celebration and stuff. And I think this season has been healthy for him, where it's almost like being brought down to reality a bit, back to earth in terms of it was going so fast now, and you've kind of you've become third choice in your position, left back, over the course of the season. And, you know, Arteta came out in a conference and said, I've been hard on Skelly this season. Rice also said, you know, he's had to go through it and stuff. And Arteta, like, held it up and said, you know, I've been hard on him this season and, you know, but he's been working so tirelessly and this and that. And Skelly's vital, man. Like, this talk of, you know, like, rumoured to this and that. People got to remember, Skelly's born in Islington. Yeah, like he's as local as you get. Like that is truly like even when Wilshire was one of our own and all of this is still a Luton-born lad. You know, he's managing them right now. That's his real home. Not to say Arsenal will always belong to Wilshire and stuff, but when you talk about local lads, it doesn't get more local than that. He can literally walk to the stadium from where he was born. Like it's mad. So like. This is someone we shouldn't even entertain ideas of, you know, this and that. He's a big part of the project. He's a big part of the group. And even now he's a big part of this season. So, like, let's just get behind him. And I'm so happy with what he's doing, man, because he's one of my favourite players. I love watching him. And I think that sort of Nico O'Reilly dynamic will be healthy for him where, you know, in-game, using between LCM and left-back. But also him playing at LCM has opened up another door, which something I've been keen to see for a long time, which is Rice on the right. Yeah. And that's another thing that, you know, is helped, where Rice now is more direct and focused on, like, Rice has been okay cutting inside and all of that. And especially, like...
with his carries.
Yeah, his carries and stuff, but also protecting Calafiori, who at left back. Now... If you notice now, Calafiori nearly cost us against Atletico. He nearly did. If that wasn't flagged for offside, he basically gives a pen away. Yeah. So, you know, he's been struggling at left back since Rice has been moved from that area. But Rice has done so much on that left side. But in terms of his game now, he could be more focused on directly running forward and stuff. And then with the Mosquera issue, Rice can maybe make those overlaps instead, and Mosquera can stay back. Yeah. And Rice can kind of get beyond Saka and stuff. And, you know, he does that well for England whenever I've seen him used there for them. So I think now, you know, the Skelly thing's not just been good because he played better than Zubi, but it's also then brought another side out of Rice and stuff, and the way it's balanced out, I think it's been healthy. Yeah, man. So I would actually, you know, I think that's the midfield going forward, at least till the end of the season, and then by next season or in the summer we'll get to, you know, what signings we might need to make, because Rice, one thing that's known is Rice's profile is the constant. It's him with either Zubi or Skelly. Yeah. When he went to fullback today, we saw what was going on, and it's like, we need Rice, but we can't run Rice into the ground again like this next year. We can't, especially after a World Cup. We can't do it. Yeah. So I understand why we're looking at Tonali's and all of that. Like, we need that same profile, but of that same quality. You know, that's so greedy, it might be greedy, but if we want to do this squad thing, and we're kind of like going through our seasons where we're like doing not near quadruples, but near quadruple level of amount of games. Yeah. That we do need, like, all those bodies. We need those profiles twice. I think we need another Rice. I mean, we kind of got it with Norgard, but he's not good enough. And then Marino sometimes, but for me, Marino's a striker to me. That's his best position.
Yeah, man, I don't think it's possible to keep that many players happy.
It's only three though. If Skelly's rotating between two positions, I mean, City have to keep Bernardo, Rodri. Yeah.
Apparently Rangers with Elliot Anderson, but Bernardo's going.
Bernardo's going, but I mean, this season it's been Bernardo, Rangers started it off. Yeah. This year, like people like Kovacic can't get a game.
Yeah, true.
Like Kovacic can't play. That other, who's the other Spanish midfield? Gonzalez. Yeah. Like they've got a lot there. Like all the teams, all the top teams have a lot, and I think we need those options. And quite frankly, if Zubi's the one that's unhappy with it, then toodles, you know. Like respectfully, like Zubi's done well this season, but I think the way we've played with him and without him, I think he's been a big problem. And, you know, if Zubi's the one that has to pay for that, then for me it's good riddance. I'm sorry, like, I've not been a fan throughout, to be honest. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, if he started in a final, I think that's a game that might suit him a tiny bit in terms of the slow tempo and the way they build up, and we need that as well.
Yeah.
But, you know...
What, more than Skelly?
I wouldn't, but I've heard people say Skelly, Rice and Zubi go with a flat midfield and then put Eze on a wing and stuff. And I've heard a lot of, you know, ideas floating around where if you want to go toe-to-toe with them in terms of possession...
Who advances in that midfield? Who, like, actually takes it upon themselves to advance? That's like...
Rice a bit, but Eze will come into the 10 from off the flank.
Fair, yeah.
But then you need your left back to dominate that flank. So you can do there's some things, but I would go Skelly and Rice personally.
Yeah.
And but also Skelly and Rice opens the door back up for Odegaard for me.
Yeah.
Because Skelly is still more physical than Zubi.
Yeah.
Zubi and Odegaard for me is the biggest problem. For me, that can't happen. And that spell when they were together today in midfield, that was where, you know, we could have easily conceded. I think that's when they have that 1-on-1 and all of that. Like, that was the moment we were in real danger. Away from home, that just cannot happen anymore. Yeah. It can't happen. Yeah. It can't. I don't like it because we just get run through too easy, and it's horrible to watch, man. It's so horrible. So for me, you can, like, Zubi being dropped all of a sudden opens the door back up for Odegaard, who's a better player. Like, he came on and kind of won us that game with Trossard. So, you know, that was big. But, you know, I'm happy for Trossard. Like, I've heard he's been going through some, you know, issues in his personal life with his missus and all that. And, like, he needed this with all he's been going through, man. I'm really happy for him. That was a big moment. And it's good to see him producing those clutch moments again. Like, you know, he's been a fantastic sign, considering he was a stopgap when he first came, and it was like you got to fill in for Gabriel Jesus for a minute while he's injured, and the way now, you know, Jesus, I think maybe on the bench today, wasn't even brought on when chasing the goal, and Trossard's still here doing it, maybe 3 or 4 years older than him too. It's testament to Trossard, you know, and well done to him, you know, and what a moment that was. But, like, the game was just madness, man. Absolute madness. Like I said, I was happy, like, ended up going over there to watch it. And, you know, that Trossard got, like, the limbs at that moment, boy. The limbs at that moment, because it's
Odegaard did great.
Amazing.
Yeah, Odegaard did great there. Yeah. That was all Odegaard, in my opinion, as well, to be honest. Yeah. Trossard obviously positioned himself in the right place at the right time. Yeah. But Odegaard, like, his patience... Yeah. And, like, true playmaking, that big moment from him. Yeah,
I agree. I agree. Like, yeah, man. Odegaard, credit where it's due, and, like, I mean, it's who's to say? Like, I can't see him being content with a super sub role. But one thing I was saying before the game is what I'm looking forward to in these last 3 games now. Well, now it's 2. Is that because we don't know who's going to start that final? It seems like, for me, the 2 centre backs, Declan Rice and Raya, are the only guarantees. You'd imagine Saka as well. But even he would probably be on his toes a bit, where it's like, you never know with Arteta. Like, everywhere else, every other position, everyone's got to play for their spot. And I think that's going to produce a high level from the squad. And we saw that. Odegaard came on today. Best passage of play from him in a very long time, to be honest. And, you know, that was the old Odegaard. And... You know, that moment was huge, man. Like, it was such a relief because we were going through it. We had chances. Then we saved, like, one-on-one shots and stuff. And just when you thought, oh, that's the league that could have actually slipped away from us, you know, we go back to being on top. But then, obviously, like, the real moment is the VAR, man. Like, that... Yeah. Like, you don't understand, because... When they shoot, when the guy makes the shot, I knew it was a goal. So I know we made the goal line clearance, but I knew it was clearly over there. I saw it from that moment. It wasn't. I didn't even have my heart in my mouth like, oh, is that going to be allowed or not? I knew it was a goal. It was clearly past the line from even live viewing. So I was like, fuck, I can't believe this. And then when they've shown the first replay. But then, but I'm still suspicious because I'm like, Raya's not that Raya's that dominant in corners, but he's not usually that flimsy. So I was like, surely there's something here. So when they showed the first replay, I'm like, okay. Like there's something. And then when it starts showing the other angles and stuff, that's when it's like we're all screaming in there like, bro, like he's got to stop that. Come on. And then they're doing the VAR.
His arm down.
Yeah.
Like he literally was grabbing.
Literally grabbed him, and like the keeper's up there as well for it.
Yeah,
and it's like it takes so long for them to make the decision in the referee box, but we're praying like please, but it's the most tense 2 or 3 minutes of the season for me so far. Like that was tense because. It's like the ref, you wait for the ref, but as soon as the ref got called over to look at the thing, the screen, I was like, this is going to go over. Because usually when they do that, it usually gets, but he took ages as well. And like that moment, it's like, I can't do more. Like that was like, please end the season now. Like end the season now. I can't keep doing this, bro. Like that was fucking nuts, man. But it was such a relief, and Raya deserves credit. Raya's someone, man, that I've got to walk back a lot of takes on. Like he's really shown me, like for real, like what a fucking keeper. Like not only, I mean, one thing I have defended with him is his ball playing. Even during that patch of when our build up was slow and people saying we're passing round the back too long. That's something I have appreciated from him. Like between the lines, you can see that he's a Catalonian, real like Catalonian educated man. I don't even know if he came through at La Masia, but you just could tell that he's from that area. And I love him on the ball, but I still had questions about just his aerial presence and his dominance, and just because of his height. But he's made some remarkable saves, this season. Like some of the best saves I've seen, and like even though I will say it does look better because of
his height,
right? But you still got to make them, but the 1-on-1 isn't anything height related at all. That's a big save with his feet. And he's just come up big this season, and
he even in the cup final he didn't play. And then the other game where you got knocked out, he didn't play.
He didn't play exactly. So
he's been part of some good moments.
He's been part of some amazing moments, and you do wonder. I mean, I still stand on. I think the morally right decision was made, but you do wonder how those finals would have gone. Had he played instead of Kepa, so it is what it is. But thankfully, as I did say during that ep as well, he's got to fight for his moment to come, and now he gets it at the end of the month. So hopefully that goes well. But I will have to say, apologies to Ryan, like the criticism I've been giving him all season, because boy has he like saved us a lot, and I've been so heart in mouth moments he saved us, and I couldn't be more grateful for the keeper we have right now. But then the next one is obviously Gyökeres, and Gyökeres is a funny case, because
that's a big one.
It's a big one. It's a big one in the sense that, like, one thing I have always said with Gyök is, as much as he annoys me, I haven't brought myself to hate him yet. Because I do say, like, when he does score, sometimes I do bust out. Like, I can't help it. And like I do get like there's a feeling when he does score that I do like. It's weird. It's like I kind of root for him, but I know he's limited and like at times shit. Let's be real. And like today, you could almost argue is a bit of a reminder of how it was gone. But however, these last 3 games from him, which have been very decisive in terms of just turning the whole feeling around our season, it can't be denied. Atletico first leg, amazing hold-up play, amazing running into channels, amazing outlet. And these are the things that I saw, that I initially saw where, when we was first scouting him, where it's like, okay, this is what I'm expecting. I'm seeing the player that I was imagining we would have right now, because let me tell it, I prefer his all-round game to Haaland, personally, when he's at his best. So then, if you're going to... His all-round game. I've never liked Haaland's all-round game. I remember I was even saying Isak last season.
I hear that, but the things that Haaland that he's good at, he's like best 3. He's not just that, though. So, like, running in behind, Haaland's top 3 in the world.
Outlet,
finishing...
These are all the things I'm not considering as all-round play. These are just striker qualities where if you're telling me he's the better pure striker, Haaland by far.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about
link up and creating space for others.
Yeah, I don't like Haaland in any of those aspects. I do not like Haaland. I've always said that. I was even saying in Haaland's first season when he was doing all these records and that, I was even saying I think he's low-key ruined Pep's thing.
Yeah.
Like, even though Pep, it was a trade-off because Pep won more, like they won a treble with it.
Yeah.
But I was saying City are nowhere near as good to watch since Haaland's come. Like, Haaland, when Jesus was there, compared to Haaland, I was saying it even then at his hottest, when he was at his absolute hottest and was breaking records and he ran Kane out of the league. Like Kane basically made that move because he was like, well, there goes the Shearer record now. Like even if he's going to be first to break it, it's going to go very soon. Yeah. So fuck it, I'm just going to go somewhere else so I can win trophies and be happy. Like the thing ain't going to last. He ran Kane even back then. I was saying Haaland. Like I'm not a fan of Haaland's all-round play, but boy does he score goals and boy he's statistically amazing. But I've never liked it. So even last season I was saying I prefer Isak as the best striker in the Prem. Like I was saying all this. So for me it's no different. Like Gyökeres it feels limited in that aspect, so it feels a bit like disrespect. But Haaland, for me, Haaland's all-round game is so limited that. That's not a bad statement. Now we're getting to the stage now where Gyökeres on 21 goals this season. If we can even do an ounce of those goals, I'm not trying to say he's a better player than Haaland, but I'm not going to say, if he can do those goals in the same numbers, I'm not going to exactly say I would swap for the team I have.
Really?
I don't like Haaland. I don't like Poacher. I don't like that. I mean, for me, we had not the best of them, but we had Aubameyang.
Yeah.
And although Aubameyang's been our best striker in a long, long time, Aubameyang's someone I was also criticising at the time where I said, I think we'll play better football once Aubameyang leaves. Yeah. It's kind of the thing you say with Salah, you're having a foresight to see that they're a bit of a problem despite the goals that everyone else sees. Yeah, and I had this with Auba, and then Auba leaves, and then we have the season that started this whole journey of title races comes immediately after that season with Jesus. Jesus gets nowhere near the goals or Aubameyang used to get. But boy, did we become a better team and a better attack. And that's what I feel about Haaland. I feel like Haaland at City has made them not as good to watch. Like for me personally, and I put Haaland in that category. So I've been consistent with my view on that type of striker for a long time. Like never liked Van Nistelrooy Henry comparisons at all ever. Like even if they were looking the same in stats, people were forgetting Henry would do that, would compete with him on goals, but with 20 assists too. Like people are forgetting that part. Van Nistelrooy would be on like 1 assist and like 25 goals, and it's like but let's not compare these, man. That's never been my type. I appreciate that striker. But for me, that striker's a bench player. Like I appreciate when Nketiah was that for us as a sub or a third choice striker. For me, when that's your main striker, I've never liked that type. So I'm not saying Haaland's better than Gyökeres. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if Gyökeres is performing at this rate, if Gyökeres' last 3 games prior to West Ham is anything to go by, I'm not sure I would swap the players. That's what I'll say to that. Like I don't like Haaland's style of play. And Gyökeres for me, I mean Gyökeres' all-round game, he bullied Atletico. Bullied them. Bullied them. Like treated them like toys, bro. I'm surprised. I'm actually disappointed. I'm actually just
Champions League player though.
The first leg it was good. And I'm actually surprised Simeone played it that way. I'm surprised Simeone let his defenders just go. Like, you can't do wrestling matches with Gyökeres. You're gonna lose. Like everyone that's had him this season has been smart in backing off and not giving him that space to do his cut inside, and then just nick it off him with ease. But when you want to go you actually wrestling with him, and you're letting the ball bounce in front of him and go over the top, you're gonna lose. So
I hear that.
So
is there any more apologies?
It's mainly Raya and York. I mean, we dropped like a TikTok on Saka proving, but I mean, at the end of the day, Saka got taken off today again, and so I'm still of the opinion that not that he's rotational, but it's not untouchable status with Saka at this moment. I'll be honest. So I'm still a bit consistent on that, but I'm glad that.
So you're saying with Gyökeres and Raya is obviously Raya, but with Gyökeres you're saying it's untouchable.
Not untouchable,
Okay.
but I've gone from like I was calling him trash,
yeah, like the worst,
yeah, ever. Like I was putting Sonogo
aside.
Yeah, like I was. I'll be honest, I was putting that. I was disrespect that. I was saying some wild things that these past few weeks, and I mean this season he's on 21 goals and that. Like this season, I mean I was saying some things that was a bit disrespectful to his name and the season he's put up and what we're going for. Yeah. So I'll walk back some of those. I'm not going to say Yoker is untouchable. Yeah. I'm not even going to say that we shouldn't even get another forward that can displace him next season. Yeah. But the level I was putting him at, I've got to be a bit more. I've got to give him a bit more props than that. Like he's not Sonogo. He's not even Giroud. Like, well, Giroud's done bits in his career, but Giroud at Arsenal, Yoker's even above that. The way things are going. So man, I can walk back those, but I think that is kind of it. I mean, I did kind of lastly just want to give Arteta credit for just the ruthlessness, man, and. Just how he's just been addressing issues lately in a much better way. I don't think at the start of the season he takes Zubi off after bringing him on. I don't think he makes a decision like that. But now, not to say it's desperation creeping in, but having had a taste of the league being out of our hands just for a quick minute again, I think has made him realise that, I've got to ensure this now, and I don't want to be in that position again. And today it was ruthless. Like it was like, listen, Zubi, it's not happening right now. Get off. To be honest, and Arteta would never have made that decision even a month ago, let alone the rest of the whole season. So decisions like that, decisions like still bringing Saka off despite recent performances, and sticking with Noni despite all the critics he's been facing, going back with Trossard, who was looking quite dreadful for a minute. Like we've been saying all of 2026, we don't know what's gone on with Leo, but backing him again today and bringing him back in the last couple of weeks, and Trossard playing well. He's made decisions like that. Odegaard is still kind of standing on that thing of you're rotational now as well, but he gets brought on at the right time. So man, like I'm very happy with how Arteta's been managing these last couple of weeks, and sticking with that Skelly Rice midfield as well. When people thought, okay, Fulham was a one-off,
good decision.
Yeah, he might go back to the Zibi, and then holding his hands up in an interview. Arteta. One critique I will have about Arteta is sometimes the accountability aspect of like never being wrong. Yeah, it's something that he can improve on, and
the ball or referees. Things.
Whereas this time he was just like, like not that he got it wrong on Skelly, but someone tried to even kind of help him with the praise and saying, was this the masterstroke of bringing Skelly in at the right time, and like because teams aren't prepared for that? And it was like, nah, it wasn't like that. Like I just didn't really see it. I didn't see it, and like this has surprised me too, and it's worked, and like we're sticking with it type shit. And he just gave it up, and like I like that from Arteta. It's good to see that side of things where it's like, nah, like not every manager's perfect. Pep admits mistakes and stuff, and that was something that we were blindsided by, but we've seen it, we've addressed it, and it's helped us. So like, there's no complaints. Like this is the first for all of our players. Like apart from Jesus, who's not really been a part of this season, like none of these lot have really gone all the way in a title race. So this is everyone's learning on the way. And that's why it will feel so special for all these players, because it's the first for all of them. And
along with the managers.
Exactly, along with the manager. So it's okay for them to get it wrong and all of that. But, let's just keep going, man. There's 3 cup finals left, basically. Yeah. And, man, we need to just keep going, man. But I can't, this is very difficult to go through. But I do feel like the biggest banana skin is out the way now. West Ham was the game I was shook of most. And I feel like hopefully these next 2 games, we actually put on a bit of a show and dominate, So, on to the next game, man. But Arsenal FC, man.
Yeah, man. But, really, that's it for this week. We obviously had Arsenal and Atletico.
Yeah.
2-1, but for me there's not much to cover in that. I just thought Atletico they just weren't really great, to be honest, weren't they? Arsenal obviously did their thing, but the second leg, I fell asleep, bro, during the second half of the second leg, to be honest. Just one of those games. I feel like Arsenal just secured it, really.
Yeah. But it was weird though, because he took Alvarez, Lookman off, all of them man came off.
Yeah,
I mean, they were poor.
He's a crash out artist though. Like,
Simeone.
Yeah, he crashes out, and like he probably just crashed out because they just weren't doing anything. But they played poor as well. Like this Koke midfield.
Yeah.
It's great, legend for the team, but like you're not gonna win like this way, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and like.
And they're coming off the back of we watched that final, the Copa del Rey final as well with them, and they lost in that, so they're kind of going through it a bit. Yeah,
exactly, they did, and obviously the other tie, the first leg of that was amazing. One of the best Champions League games I've seen. Just back.
You mean Bayern PSG?
Bayern PSG, first leg. That felt like
FIFA.
It felt like world-class players doing footy addicts. That's how it looked like. They were just going back and forth.
9 goals in that game, basically averaged a goal every 10 minutes.
Yeah, just back and forth they were going. Like, so ping-pong the game, energy-wise. Chance on that end, chance on this end. Terrible defending, but great attacking in that game. And PSG lost their way a little bit in that first leg with their defending. They got caught up in the bullshit. Yeah. Because obviously Upamecano and Jonathan Tah are going to make those mistakes. But Marquinhos and Pacho were kind of just getting caught up in it as well. And yeah, man, that was a crazy game to watch.
Yeah.
But that's really like the Champions League has been that, and we'll get into it deeper next episode. Definitely in terms of a bit of a preview of the final. But my money is on PSG, I'll be honest. I think they're the best team in the world. And I think that Arsenal are the best challenge in the world to them. So this is probably the best matchup because PSG's attack is so strong and Arsenal probably have the strongest defence in the world. But I do think they will put a goal past you in that game, and Arsenal are capable of scoring too, but a lot's going to depend on the midfield and attack.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that deeper, definitely next week. But yeah, man, Champions League review, that's it really. Obviously we got knocked out. I think I've spoken on that since though. And yeah, man, have you got anything to really Champions League? Yeah, I feel like you covered it a little bit.
Yeah, I covered it a bit, and I'm so focused on this job right now.
Yeah, you're there now in this league. Yeah, man. All right, well, the race is on. Yeah, the race is on, man. We continue next week, but this is the end of the episode 19 for now. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Peace.